In the gentle, rolling hills of the English countryside, ancient stone walls crisscross the fields, the air soft with heather and damp earth, there lived a clever wolf named Grimshaw. For months, he had circled Farmer Hargreaves' flock. His yellow eyes burned with hunger. But the shepherd's keen dogs and the farmer's watchful stare always drove him back into the dark woods, empty-pawed and frustrated. Then came one crisp autumn evening. The sun sank low, brushing the sky with amber and rose. Behind a twisted old oak, half hidden in fallen leaves, Grimshaw found his chance. A perfect, clean white sheep's fleece, left behind after its owner had long since passed. A slow, sly grin curled across his muzzle. "This," he whispered, "is my golden ticket." Carefully, he draped the thick wool over his lean body. He tucked his bushy tail underneath. He pulled the fleecy hood snug over his ears. In the still puddle nearby, he practiced a soft, pitiful bleat. No growl, no menace, just the gentle sound of a lost sheep. When he stepped into the open, even the birds in the branches fell quiet, mistaking him for one of their own. Perfect. He trotted toward the pasture as the flock began to gather for the night. The sheep hardly noticed him. They wandered, nibbling the last sweet grass of the day, their soft bass drifting like a lullaby on the evening breeze. A tiny lamb, barely weaned, eyes bright with wonder, skipped over to the newcomer. "Hello, friend," she said in her sweet, high voice. "You smell like my mum. Will you graze with me?" Grimshaw's belly growled, but he dipped his head meekly and let the little one nuzzle close. Trusting. Completely trusting. Dusk fell soft and cool. Farmer Hargreaves whistled for his dogs. He guided the flock into the sturdy wooden fold. Grimshaw slipped inside among them, heart racing with dark excitement. The gate creaked shut. The latch clicked firmly. "Good night, my dears," the farmer called, then walked back to the warm light of the farmhouse. Inside the fold, the sheep settled. They chewed their cud in peaceful rhythm. Grimshaw waited, eyes glinting in the shadows, already choosing his first silent victim. But patience was never his strength. Deep in the night, when the moon floated high and silver above the hills, Grimshaw rose without a sound. He crept toward the young lamb who had welcomed him so warmly. She stirred, blinked sleepily. "Are you all right, friend?" she whispered. Before he could move, the lantern bobbed outside. Farmer Hargreaves couldn't sleep. He'd returned with his knife, craving a hearty mutton stew for tomorrow. In the faint light, he scanned the huddled shapes, and his eyes stopped on Grimshaw, bigger than the rest, standing just a little too alert. No hesitation. The farmer reached and seized the disguised wolf by the scruff of the fleece and pulled him out. "You'll do nicely," he muttered, raising the blade. In the struggle, the wool tore away. Gray fur flashed. Sharp fangs gleamed. Terrified yellow eyes stared up. Grimshaw snarled, but it was far too late. The knife fell swift and sure. The wolf's clever plan ended right there, in the very place he thought he'd conquer. The sheep woke with startled bass. But the danger was gone. The young lamb stayed safe among her family, watching wide-eyed as the farmer dragged the wolf away. The flock pressed closer together, their trust in each other quietly renewed. In the still night air, the shepherd shook his head. "Appearances can trick the eye," he said softly, "but they can never hide what's truly inside."